Hi techies, welcome back to CodeNiche. In today's video, let's try to draw this star pattern using a while loop. Okay, so here we are on trinket. Now let's open Python first of all. We're gonna create a new trinket for us. Now I want to save it under the name star using while loop. Now when we talk about the while loop, in Python, we have two different kinds of loop. One is for loop and another is while loop. So when we talk about for loop, it repeats the set of codes for a specific number of times. It's like you want to draw a square, so you know that the loop is going to repeat only for 4 times because square has all the sides equal as well as each angle is of 90 degrees. Whereas when we talk about the while loop makes sure that the set of codes keeps on repeating till the condition is true. It's like, while it is raining outside, you need to keep the umbrella open. So you don't know when the rain is going to stop. You need to make sure that the umbrella is open. Now, as soon as we are here, we are going to increase the font size and we are ready. Now, as we are going to draw a star, we will have to use the import turtle library in order to access that library. Once that is done, we're gonna go ahead and get the turtle function, which will help us to initialize the turtle. Now as I don't want this code to be written again and again, so I will assign it to a variable pen, which is going to represent a turtle. Then gonna be the same thing with the screen, and here I'm gonna use screen function. Now let's add one functionality to this code where user can enter the background color of their choice. Now how we can do it? We can create a variable as color because my program needs to remember what was the input given by the user. Now how do exactly Python takes an input from the user? For that we use input statement. Input statement by default takes string data in the form of string. Now what is a string? It is a kind one of the data type. You can check out my concept video in order to understand different types of data types that we have in Python. So input basic string will represent the text data that we enter because the color name is going to be in text. So of course we're going to use the string data type. And I'm going to enter the color of your choice. Giving a space right before the double inverted commas will help the user type and it will be easily visible. Next, once we have the color, we will say sc.bg color function, which would help us to apply this. Now, if you have a static color that you want, which means that if you don't want the user to change, you will right away write the name like pink. It's always going to be pink in the background. But here, as I am giving user the power to change the background color, we will simply call the variable color. Now, once that is done, we are going to start with drawing of the star. Now, star usually have 5 pointed sides, and it can be drawn in multiple ways. So I'm going to tell you one of the way. Using a while loop can be a little bit lengthy. Here I will have to create a variable while loop as it needs a condition. Now what exactly condition is? Condition basically helps you to take a decision. If the condition is true, a certain kind of action will be performed. If the condition is false, another kind of task will be performed. So here we are creating a variable as count equals to 0, which is basically going to be 0 for now. Then we're going to say that keep repeating the code, which is to draw the star till the value of count variable is less than 5, because as soon as the count value increases and it becomes equals to 5, the loop will stop, which means till this condition is true, which is count is less than 5, then this loop will keep on repeating the codes. Now you have to make sure that you're using a colon because this colon is like an indication that whatever comes after this colon in the next line are going to be the part of while loop, which means these only codes need to be repeated. And you will also notice a certain space that you get. This again known as indentation, which specifies that these line of codes needs to be repeated. Now once that is done, we are going to make sure that we write the code to draw the star. Now I'm going to make a star with a big line. So let's say 30 steps ahead, and every single time it draws a single line, I'm going to make sure that it turns 144 degrees. Now here's a catch. We know that the value of count should be less than 5, which means that how we are going to increase it? as soon as the loop needs to stop, we have to make sure that the count value starts from 0, but as soon as it reaches 5, the loop will stop. Now, how that is possible? That is possible when we increase the value of count by 1. So this is basically known as increment of the count. So when the loop runs for the first time, the value of count variable will be 0, which means 0 less than 5, condition is true, that the line will be drawn, the turtle will be turned 144 degrees, and the count value will get updated by 1, which is 0 plus 1 equals to 1. And when the loop repeats for the second time, the current value of count will be 1, which is less than 5. And count value became 1 because we updated the value when the loop ran for the first time. Now let's see what we get. And it is saying here, enter the background color. So I'm gonna go with pink. Let's see if we get a star. And voila, we are getting a star. Now if you want to increase the size, maybe you can give user the power to create the size, like enter the size, how much big star do they want. So I'm gonna change it to 80, I'm gonna get something else. If you want to fill the color in it, we have another way. Make sure whenever you want to fill the color in a shape, you will always use pen.fill color. Fill color is the function that will help you to do that. Now again, you can ask the user to enter the color. So I'm gonna add a yellow color over here, and pen fill color comes with 2 more code, which is begin fill, that guides the turtle that this is the point from where it needs to start. Now once it knows from where it needs to start, it will fill the color in that shape. Then once it is done filling the color, we also need to make sure that we are ending the color filling. Now again, this time I'm gonna make it for green, and now I will have a yellow star, which is going to be like this. Isn't it amazing that you can save it and even share it with your friends? Hope you liked the video. I will see you in the next one. Do make sure to subscribe, like, share to CodeNiche.